Hey guys, welcome to my channel, LaLaReaRea Jewelry. I am Reanell, and this video is going to be showing you guys how I store my jewelry that I make, of course. And this video was requested by one of my subscribers, so I like to make my subscribers happy and help them out as much as I can. The way that I store my jewelry is not nothing fancy at all, but it's an affordable and pretty easy way to store your jewelry. And if you follow how I store my jewelry, you won't get a lot of breakage, because when you make jewelry, it's very easy to break it if you don't store it properly. So basically how I store my jewelry is in totes. I have a 2-bedroom apartment, and one of my bedrooms, I don't have kids or anything, so my second bedroom is kind of like a closet and my work area, which I'm in now. This is it. And on the side, I basically have some totes that's stacked up. The totes that I have don't match color-wise or anything. That would be better, but it's just totes that I had from back when I was in college and things like that, and then I just had to buy other totes. So it doesn't really look that great, but it works for me. And like I said, it's affordable. Maybe one day I would like to make it more like color coordinated and things like that, but I'm just working with what I have. So basically, I just have everything in totes, and I have my totes separated. I have one tote that only has items that I have posted online. I have another tote that just has fixtures and things like that. A couple of totes that has fixtures in it, and then a tote that has like items that I use to package my items and for shipping and all of that stuff. So basically my totes are just pretty organized. So when I need something, I know where to pull it from. All of my shipping supplies is in one tote, and the jewelry and stuff like that is in different totes. And then I have certain types of jewelry in each tote. Like some totes I have with newer jewelry that I made, and that whether it's priced already, because after I make jewelry, I usually make jewelry in big batches, and I would just bag everything up and put it in totes, and then when I bring them out to events to sell it, of course I would have to price everything. And I just, after I take my stuff out for different events, I unbag it so that it's easier when I bring them to the events. But then when I come back home, whatever I didn't sell, I'm gonna basically re-bag everything up again and put it back into the totes, because bagging it up separately is the easiest way to prevent things from breaking, and also to keep it organized. With jewelry, it's very easy to get tangled up in all of that stuff, so if you bag it separately, it won't get tangled. And then also what you want to do is keep heavier items at the bottom of your tote and lighter items at the top, so that the heavier items are not weighing down very heavy on the lighter items, and that will break them also. And just something that I do, and I'll show you guys what the packaging looks like inside of the totes. I just try to put like earrings and stuff like that on the top of the totes, because especially with like stud earrings like these, the points that you have at the back of the studs, those will very often break if you have them at the bottom of your totes and you have the heavier jewelry items. Like the necklaces and stuff I make, they're pretty heavy, and they're made with glass beads and things like that, and that can sometimes be heavy, and earrings are very light, so you just want to make sure that you put that on the top. And with the earrings, you try to leave the points at the back facing upwards so that it's not anything on it that's going to smush that down. And pretty much if you follow that, you will prevent a lot of breakage, and it should work out pretty good for you, because you won't be going in the totes a lot, and it being stacked on top of each other. Nothing is really going to happen to it. You just have to be aware about the weights of your jewelry and things like that, not weighing down on anything and breaking it. And also you can just organize your totes to where you have all heavy things in one tote and lighter things in another tote, so that you don't break things as well. But pretty much the process of me storing my jewelry, of course I make it, and then after I make it, I'm gonna just put it in a plastic bag. You can get the plastic bags in many different sizes, and you can buy those. I buy them wholesale because it's just cheaper and you can get bigger quantities, and I do make a lot of jewelry, so I usually buy it wholesale, or you can always go to Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, whatever other craft store you go to, and they sell like the packs of the little plastic bags in all different sizes, no matter to fit whatever you're making, if it's earrings, bracelets, necklace, so on and so forth. And I just singly package everything, and then I will put it in a larger bag like this regular Ziploc bag. I will put all of the bags of like smaller earrings or whatever like that, and then if it's earrings, like I said, I'm just going to put it at the top of the tote. If it's necklaces, I will layer that at the bottom of the tote. And that's just how I store it. That's what works for me. Like I said, it's pretty easy, simple, and affordable. And this is just like how I store it. And then I'll just place it in a bigger bag. It's these little storage bags that I buy from the Dollar Tree, and I'll put a lot of stuff in there. The zippers on it is not very good, but it works. It comes with like 2 in a pack for $1, so that's what I use, and I just put it in the totes and I stack it like I showed you guys. So like I told you guys, so that's pretty much it. So now I will show you guys how my totes look and the different things I have in the totes. And you can just follow this on storing your jewelry or whatever. And sometimes you may need to use some bubble wrap on certain things, but I don't really use bubble wrap. And yeah, I think the most important part is just putting things like earrings and stuff like that on top, because sometimes when I've mistakenly got earrings at the bottom, especially these studs earrings, they have broken, or depending on what type of bead it is, too much weight on it may break the beads also. So and that's just how I do it, and I'll let you guys see. I'm rambling on and on, so I'll let you guys see how I store it, and hopefully this helps you guys out. So you guys, this is how I am storing my handmade jewelry. It's basically in a bunch of totes that I inherited from back when I was in college, and when I moved out of college and stuff like that, I had a bunch of totes left over from that, and I just eventually started to put my jewelry that I make into those totes, and along the way I had to buy some more totes. But basically this is how it's being stored right now in my second bedroom, which is my art room / closet. So in the totes, I have a tote that only has items that I have posted online. I have a tote that only has the materials I use to ship off items that I sell online. And then in some of the totes I just have like fixtures for the jewelry, because if you know about selling jewelry, the fixtures aren't really big, so they can fit in the totes. And then in all of the other totes I just have the jewelry in it. Some of the totes I have like older jewelry that I made that I usually would sell at cheaper prices because it's just older. And then I have like the newer stuff together. And then I have another tote that just has supplies in it, and I'll pull them down and let you guys see what they look like. So this is one of my totes that just has fixtures. It has the little easel fixtures that I made, and you can check out that DIY. And then I just have like the little necklace stands in there and a couple of other things at the bottom, but that's what I have in that container. And then also with how I have my container stacked, I have the heaviest stuff at the bottoms and then a lot of totes at the tops, because otherwise it would tip over. And so this is some of the older jewelry that I made a while ago. So basically how I just store everything is I try to individually bag everything up, and then I'll put it in Ziploc bags or these large bags that I just buy these at the Dollar Tree. But like this is a bag just of earrings. These are older earrings, so when I pull it out I have like a big display, and when I do certain events I'll pull these out and usually run specials on these. So if you look in the inside, everything is packaged in its own little bag, just like that. And this is I try to always package all of my jewelry in separate bags, because it's gonna keep it from getting tangled. It's gonna keep just keep it more organized, and so that jewelry doesn't break, I like to put like earrings at the top of the tote and heavier pieces at the bottom, because especially if you do earrings that's like a stud, the back pieces in the back will break if you, for example, if you store it at the bottom of a tote and have like heavier necklaces on the tops, then that will break earrings a lot. So I just try to put the earrings at the top. And so in this tote is like items that I have posted online. I've said this before in another video, I don't like to bring my items that I sell online out to events and stuff like that, just because I don't want to have to keep up with, if I sell something in person, having to keep up with making sure I remove it off a line. Since I do sell one-of-a-kind pieces, it may not be possible for me to remake that item. So to keep the confusion down, I just separate the stuff that I sell online, and I have separate stuff that I sell in person during different events. But I pretty much have everything the same. Everything is in little bags like this, and I just try to keep earrings at the top, and inside of these bags everything is individually wrapped, and it's just pretty neat like that. And when somebody orders something online, I'll just know to go to this tote and look through these bags, and I'll be able to find the items that way. And that's pretty easy and simple for me. And then in the tote underneath it, I have all the little packaging for the orders that I get online. I like to put thank you cards in all of my orders, and tissue paper in my bubble wrap envelopes and things like that. So that's what I have in this tote. All of my shipping stuff, and then also just other stuff for selling, like bags and things like that. And so I have another tote that just has like supplies, Ziploc bags that I bag my jewelry in, different things to price my jewelry, the cards to put earrings on, and all of that stuff. So I have another tote where I just keep my items for packaging and pricing. And then in the rest of these totes, it's basically just jewelry, and it's all placed in the totes the same way. It's all individually packed in Ziploc bags, and then also packed in side of another bag. I just try to separate stuff, like whether it's earrings or necklaces, whatever certain type of necklaces it is, and things like that. And then I try to keep things that may break on the top and heavier pieces at the bottom. So yeah, that's pretty much how I store my jewelry. I know that it's not like the best way to store jewelry, but it's a inexpensive way to store your jewelry, because you can get these totes at a pretty decent price. You can get these totes for about at least no more than $10, because you don't want to get the most flimsiest type of tote. Like these older totes that I have, they're better than these. I think these were cheaper, and the plastic is a bit thinner on the lime green totes that I have. But it's just a simple way to store your jewelry if you don't have a whole lot of space, and you can fit a lot of stuff into these totes, and it's pretty simple, and you can keep yourself organized because I know what I have in each tote. So when I need to go to something, I know where it is. So it's pretty simple, it's inexpensive, and it's organized. And with selling jewelry, you just make sure that, well, with storing jewelry, you just want to make sure that you wrap everything with certain things. You may even need to put a little bubble wrap in it, and just make sure that things such as stud earrings that can break with a lot of pressure on it, that you're putting that at the top of your totes. And if you store your jewelry that way, you'll be fine. It's gonna be times where you're gonna find jewelry that may be broken. I pretty much only have that problem with like the stud earrings, but I don't really find that problem with any necklaces or anything like that that comes up broken, but only with the studs. But I make sure to put those at the top of the totes, and also flip them to the side where the pointy part at the back is gonna be facing up. And if you basically do that, then you should be fine. And it's also important to be very organized. Like I have the big bags with the small bags inside, but in each bag I will keep certain type of pieces that I may make that similar to each other, whether it's a certain style that I did. I'm going to keep that all bagged up together. whether it's all statement necklaces, I'm going to keep that all backed up together. Whether it's like leather earrings or something like that that I did, I'm going to back that up together. So also inside of each of your bags, you want to just keep everything organized. And another thing you can do with your totes is put labels on each one of the totes of what you have inside of the totes. That was something that I was gonna do, but I go in my totes enough where I know exactly what's in it, so it really doesn't serve a purpose for me to put totes on it, put labels on it. But that is something that you can do also, just to keep up with what you have in each tote. But just be sure to be super organized, and if you stay organized, then you will know exactly where you have everything at, and that will also prevent breakage and tangling and all of that stuff. So that was pretty much how I store my jewelry. I hope this is helpful to you guys, and helpful to my subscriber that requested this video. Be sure to stay tuned for more videos, and also like, comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.